Hello, everyone. So this is going to be episode 2 of the 2026 FIFA World Cup Imperialism map. Match day 1 just finished today with Uzbekistan and Colombia finishing play. Man, honestly, a lot of good games for the first game round. A lot of ties, surprisingly. I think a good amount were ties. I wouldn't go around saying half, but a lot of games are tied. A lot of games are close. As I'm going for Mexico, I'm not sure how I feel, honestly. I mean, we beat South Africa pretty convincingly, I feel like. But Korea looks pretty good, too. I think so. And then Czechia, I honestly, I couldn't tell. I couldn't really tell. I watched most of the games. The only games I believe I missed, sadly, were Uzbekistan and Colombia. I was at the movies, and then I'm basically missed most of the games today, except for Portugal. Today I was just super busy with everything. So I only got to watch Portugal play earlier today against DR of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. Pretty impressive game from Congo, honestly. Portugal, I mean, from yesterday's, I'm recording this on Wednesday, so you guys probably won't see this until like maybe when match day 2 starts, like on Thursday or Friday, just whenever I can get around to editing it. Honestly, with how Mbappe and Holland and Messi were playing, I was kind of expecting Ronaldo to at least be on par. Honestly, it wasn't really on, I don't think it really was on Ronaldo. They just weren't giving him anything to work with, honestly. Like, I'm not a Ronaldo fan. I'm a Messi fan, but I can't hate when he literally had nothing. Didn't have nothing to do. Like, I was watching that game, I was just being so frustrated because they just kept passing and passing. I'm like, bro, attack. You guys just kept passing around the midfield and did nothing. I'm like, come on now, dude. Like, you're one of the favorites to win the whole thing, and you're just passing it around like you're scared of the ball. Like, come on, dude. But congratulations on Congo's first goal at the World Cup. That was a fun goal to watch. But enough of that. I want to show you guys the map. Before we go into the map, I just want to go over the standings real quick. Group A through Group B and C and D. Just kind of like give my review of most of the teams. Honestly, the Group A, I think the top 2 teams are probably going to be Mexico and Korea Republic. Obviously, because South Africa doesn't seem that good. And Czechia, I don't know. I don't feel like they're going to make it that far, if I'm being honest. Group B, Canada has a lot of work to do. Hopefully, I'm hoping once Alphonso Davies comes back, they can pick it up. But right now, I don't know. It's between them and Bosnia, if I'm being honest. I mean, I know that tie probably hurts. Switzerland, I know they tied with Qatar, but I don't think Qatar is really going to do much noise in this tournament. They're not too good. Switzerland, I feel like they'll be fine. Canada, on the other hand, I think they'll be fine once Davies comes back, but after if he doesn't come back, then I don't know. They don't seem too competitive. While Group C, easily Brazil and Morocco. They seem the most. I know they ended up in tie, but honestly, what more do you expect from Brazil and Morocco? 2 of the powerhouses of modern FIFA right now. In the same group, at least. Scotland did all right. I mean, I think they're going to finish 3rd. I think they might make knockout play. We'll see. USA has besides Australia, they have a cupcake schedule. Paraguay, I mean, they whooped them, like, easily. Australia, I do think Australia can put up a bit of a fight. Honestly, I think they could tie. I know last year, like, the last World Cup, Australia did pretty good. USA, they're okay, I guess. I mean, like, they're doing better than I expected, but I don't know. We'll see. Germany, easy. I mean, except for maybe Ecuador, but Ecuador they lost against Ivory Coast. So I don't believe in them. Group F, I think, is the I know there's no more group of death this year, but I think it's a group of death because Japan, Netherlands, Sweden, all in the same group is. I think they'll have all three teams here making knockout play. Tunisia, they're not gonna make it. And then for Group G, honestly, probably Belgium and Egypt. They tied for a reason. I feel like they're good enough to make it. New Zealand actually wasn't actually that bad either, but I think it's Belgium and Egypt. Group H, Spain. Dude, honestly, I know Yamal was hurt, but if they would have just played him and not just take Cabo Verde not seriously, they could have won that. They could have, and they should have won that game. That's why you don't underestimate your opponents. I still believe they'll make it past group play, but that tie did not help them whatsoever. Uruguay, I think they did good. I think they're fine. Saudi Arabia is a tough team to play first time around. I mean, look at Argentina. They lost last time, and they won the whole thing. I'm not saying Uruguay is going to win the whole thing, but I think it'll be a good. I think I'll just not really look that much into it. Now, this was also Group 2. Group I watched the Norway game. That one was fantastic. I'm a huge Holland fan. I think he's really good. I had a blast watching that game, as well as France and Senegal. Mbappe scoring back-to-back goals right after Senegal was actually insane. Within the last second. Iraq is going to be fourth place. I mean, they're going to stay at the bottom. I think at the end though it'll be France, Norway, Senegal. Exactly, just swap France and Norway. Group J, Argentina has a pretty easy group here. I think second place is probably going to be Algeria or something. Group K, I guess Colombia and Portugal. I know I was shitting on Portugal earlier with them tying against Congo, but I still think they're going to pick it up. I don't know what was going on in their minds to play safe, but I think they'll be fine. And then England and Croatia, I think maybe Ghana too. Actually, Ghana looked pretty good. I didn't see much of the game. I just saw highlights. They seemed alright. But yeah, that's the standings. I'm now going to the map. So this is the current map of how it's going. I changed up the rules a little bit. I decided to give winning teams 2 countries instead of just one. And then I also did tying countries. I gave them 1 country instead of 2. Yeah, so let me just go over it. I'm starting off in the Americas. Right now, I just gave, since Canada tied, I gave them Greenland. United States, they won, so I gave them Cuba and Bolivia. Mexico, they won, so I gave them Guatemala and Belize. Panama, they didn't win anything, so I didn't give them nothing. Neither did they. Curacao, they lost badly. I mean, for their first game, and it was against Germany, kind of expected it, but I mean, I know they're just happy to be here. Colombia, they won, so I gave them Venezuela, and then I forgot this country name, but Ecuador didn't win nothing. Argentina won, so they gave them Peru and Chile. Paraguay, they lost, so they get nothing. Uruguay, they tied, so I gave them Yemen or Oman. I forget the name. Because I know one of these 2 countries is Yemen and Oman, or Oman and Yemen. I always get them mixed up. But Saudi Arabia, they tie with Uruguay, so I gave them that. They always played good the first game around. And then, yeah, that's basically it for Americas. I'm trying to keep it as fair as I can be. Americas isn't so bad. I mean, I know Argentina basically has most of it already, with only 1 country left, which is going to be a fight between Colombia and Brazil. But I think that's fine because there's so many more countries over here that they can take over. But I'll get into the logistics part of it right now, because that's kind of what I'm battling with, especially with Russia. I'll explain why in a minute, but As for Europe, honestly, most of it stayed the same. Germany took over Poland, and they also took over. I don't know. I'm gonna do that. There's a country above Poland. I forgot the name of it, but they took over that too because they won pretty convincingly. Um, Belgium, they tied, so they didn't. Since they're pretty landlocked, I gave Sudan, and then they tied with Egypt, so I gave them Libya. Netherlands, they tied, so I actually gave them some country over here. I don't know what it is, but and then since they tied with Japan, I gave Japan Taiwan. Um, and then Korea, they actually won, so I gave them both North and China. It's a big step. I mean, but I couldn't see what else to give them. I'm trying to avoid big countries now. I'll explain why later with Russia. It's a whole fiasco, honestly. And then Czech lost. They're pretty landlocked right now. They're pretty surrounded by Germany to the north, Austria to the south, and then yeah, they're like covered actually. Switzerland ties. So I gave them Italy. France, they won, but I gave them the two countries on here because they are pretty landlocked as is. Spain and Portugal, they tied, so I gave Spain just some random country, this little peninsula right here, and then Portugal, I just gave them a little country right here since they tied with DR Congo, and I gave them this. And then on to Africa, Morocco tied with Brazil. Obviously, I covered that over here, so they just get that country here. And then Morocco took, I think it's Western Sahara, I believe. I'm not sure. Senegal lost, so they get nothing. Cabo tied, so I gave them the land before under Senegal. Tunisia lost, they don't get nothing. Ghana beat, was it Ecuador? Right? Am I wrong? Ghana beat somebody. Oh no, they beat Panama. They beat Panama. So they take over Benin and Togo. South Africa, they lost. They don't get nothing. And then Iraq stays the same. Iran takes over Afghanistan because they tied. Uzbekistan gets nothing. Norway actually gets these two countries up here because... All right, let me get into this whole fiasco. As you see, Russia is still empty. Reason that is because I feel like it's still too early to give them to anybody just yet because it's like the biggest country there is, and so I feel like if I give it to anybody now, it's gonna be unfair down the road, and it's just gonna be kind of anticlimactic. And honestly, so many teams can get it. Like Norway, they're connected, they can get it. Sweden, since they won, and now they took over Finland, they can also get it now too. And then Korea can get it now too because they're on the border. Japan can get it now. They could have got it from the beginning, honestly. Like the biggest countries that could have got them were, as of right now. Well, actually, literally all the 14 I just named because Korea touches the border here, so that's it. And Japan just by proximity. Norway border here. Sweden, I could have just avoided this country here and just go that way and gave them Russia. But honestly, it's like I said before, it would be unfair. And honestly, like if I was going on it, because I was filling this out as the games were going, so obviously I have no knowledge of what was going to happen like games later on. And so let's say Japan ties and I have to give them a country. I gave them Japan, right? But Norway wins. Now they're landlocked and they can't even take over Russia, and they won. So they deserve it more than Japan because they won. So in my mind, it's just I don't think it's a good idea to give them anytime early. And honestly, that's what I'm trying to do to the rest of them. I hesitated giving Korea China, but there was no other choices. It was either China or Russia, and I was like, I'll go to China. There was more room down here to expand anyways. And kind of has them competing with Iran over here. But yeah, I mean, Africa's pretty open. Asia's pretty open. Europe, not so much. I mean, near the Balkans, I think it's fine. And Yeah, I mean that's pretty much Asia, and New Zealand tied, so I gave them this country right here, and then Australia won, so I gave them Papua New Guinea and Indonesia, yeah, Indonesia. But yeah, that's basically how the map is looking right now. Right now, Canada still has the most land right now. They just took over Greenland. That's it. But yeah, just as of right now, North America's. I mean, it's been taken over, but there's only a couple countries left within Central America. One country left within South America. More than half of Africa. I'm trying to keep it as open because I know some European countries are gonna have to move in there. Maybe some American countries are gonna have to move in there. Obviously, the African countries. I'm trying to be as fair to African countries as I can. Try to give them more land and within Africa, but it's going to be difficult. Asia, yeah, my main worry honestly is just Russia. I think the rest of the countries like India, Pakistan, Cambodia, and the rest of these smaller countries, I think they're the priority right now. Russia, I kind of want to save it for last. Oh, and Madagascar too. I forgot about Madagascar. But yeah, no, that's basically it. It was a pretty good round of FIFA football. Looking forward to match day 2. By the time you guys will see this, is probably going to be Friday or Saturday, a couple days from now, because I don't have really time to get this down before 9 a.m. tomorrow when Czech and South Africa play. But I'm sure it'll be a good game. Like I said before, I'll keep you guys updated with everything else. But yeah, this is the map so far. Hopefully in match day 2, more countries get taken over and we'll see more of this map filled out. So, all right. Well, everyone have a good day, and I'll see y'all in about a week.